few days ago, USCIS has published updated income guidelines for family-based green card sponsors. You can find it if you search up I-864P. In the tables, you will see, based on the sponsor's household size, how much money they need to be making every single year. And every year, I make a video talking about not just the income guidelines, but also the tricks that USCIS uses to deny your cases. My name is Ksenia. I make videos for people who are going through the family green card process. I'm not an attorney. My videos are based on public information, my own experience, and the experience of my subscribers. And the purpose of my channel is to give you guys the confidence to go through this process completely on your own. Firstly, if you have any questions about the affidavit of support, please do check out the playlist I made dedicated to this specific form. The affidavit of support is one of the more complicated forms in the entire process, and this is why I have made so many videos dedicated to this form. But in today's video, let's talk about the tricks that USCIS uses in terms of the income requirements. First of all, the income of your sponsor based on their household size must be much higher than what is listed in the tables. If your petitioner or your joint sponsor show the income that just barely meets the guidelines, you will most likely receive a request for evidence. Unfortunately, nobody tells you exactly how much higher your income needs to be. Personally, I have noticed that sponsors whose income is at least $10,000 over the required amounts listed in the tables tend to be approved at higher rates than sponsors whose income just barely meets the guidelines. Next, the required income must be reflected both on the most recently filed tax returns and the current income. If your sponsor's most recent year's tax return does not reflect the amounts necessary to sponsor and their current income does, you're still likely to receive a request for evidence. So just because you have a job offer, or if you just started a well-paying job, doesn't mean that USCIS will easily approve your case. Your most recent year's tax returns should also show amounts necessary to sponsor. Next, USCIS will consider affidavits of support that you are filing for other family members at the same time. Although if you look at the household size, you don't have to count anyone if they are listed on a separate petition or case. USCIS will still consider any additional relatives for whom you're filling out I-864s, even if they are on separate cases. The next trick is that USCIS is likely to approve a case with a simple income in a form of a W-2, which means that the sponsor has a regular paying job that is a salary, as opposed to self-employed sponsors, business owners, retired sponsors, and disabled sponsors. But that doesn't mean that your case won't get approved. It just means that you're more likely to receive a request for evidence asking for more proof. You can check out my most recent affidavit of support guide towards the end. In the evidence section, I list out the evidence that you may want to provide in your case. Under this video, I will link the other two videos that I made about prior years' poverty guidelines and additional tricks that USCIS has used in the past. And like I said before, if you have any additional questions about this specific form, I-864, please check out my playlist dedicated to the affidavit of support. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in my next videos. Bye!